set to bring you NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Hill, no good. Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin. But you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
And that one's good, George. So it's the Cavaliers now. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to speak with Frank Vogel for a minute. He said that the key to the game will be how well they defend Kyrie Irving, adding he's shown himself to be one of the premier point guards in the game already. Whether it's passing, shooting, or penetrating, we need our guys in the backcourt to really get up into him, and our bigs need to be ready to bring help. Guys, you can bet that Irving will be their focus defensively.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Now, here is Hill, following the shot by Tristan Thompson. Tries yet again. Allen laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
LeBron James on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. LeBron's got his first 2 points of the night.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Hill against Irving. Hill kicks to Ellis. Fires the 3. No luck. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. On the wing, James. Love outside. It's good from long range.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
The Pacers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Hill against Irving. Here's Allen. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Allen's got his second basket of the game.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Cleveland with a very strong year last year. They were a very solid team on the road, as most LeBron-led teams are.
Yeah, he's a special guy in terms of how he can elevate other players. Didn't start out hot on the road, but eventually got it together and ended up 22-19 away from home.
Here's George following the basket by Kyrie Irving. The fader. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss. Hill against Smith. Paul George with the steal. Ellis with it. Kicks to Allen. And here's George. Inside, here's Ellis. And he makes good on the layup. Ellis has got his first points in this one.
And back to the Cavs and their road play. Teams with a lot of new players coming in can struggle early. It's especially evident when playing on the road.
Talk about being streaky on the road. That's what the Cavs were. Could rattle off 4 wins on the road in a row, then come back empty from their next road trip. They did seem, though, to get stronger and more steady as the season went on.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Ramon Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Shots good by Turner.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Pacers have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Now here's Lawson, guarded closely. Outside Hill. Now Miles. Lawson outside. 5 on the clock. Stuckey for 3. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Shumpert passes to James. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup. James has got 6.
He's hit the ground running here in the first, putting together a nice quarter offensively.
Some people think LeBron's athleticism, Clark, has declined over the last few years. He might be the first to admit it. He still looks terrific, though.
Well, he's, that's a natural progression for any player,
Sure.
even if you are LeBron. But he's still an elite athlete by NBA standards.
And remember the quote from LeBron on the subject. Obviously, I'm not the 18-year-old kid that I was before, but I can still do the things I need to be successful.
And James throws it down hard.
And you could see that dunk coming from a while away. I mean, he lives for those moments.
And so do all of his fans. He doesn't disappoint. Clark, when he's got a clear path to the bucket, he's going to do something, special.
And, Kevin, you're right. He definitely had a clear path on that one. Very little defense being played right there.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Pacers trail by 4.
And, LeBron was just so far ahead of everyone in the league when he was young. I mean, even a LeBron who has lost a step is more athletic than 95% of our league.
The Cavaliers have gotten 7 of their 5
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Here is Stuckey following the score by Cleveland. A shot by Lawson, wide open, and good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in.
He has such a nice touch for a big
On him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work them over the rest of the game.
And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
12 seconds left to play here in the first. Hill dishes to Lawson. The tray, and it's blocked. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Cavaliers lead by 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game.
I go back and I'm able to, read the scouting report, and also when I get to the arena, I also watch more film on each and every guy that's going to be playing, guys that I know I may be, matched up against, throughout the night. So I'm not surprised by anything if it happens throughout the game. So it's a lot of preparation that goes in, to just one game, just trying to get one win, but that's what it takes to win.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there or caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't. But he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Cavaliers?
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Turner is out there with Mahinmi. Then there's Ellis. Then it's George Hill. And it's George in at the 3 spot. That's the Pacers' 5.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Indiana shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%. First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
Smith kicks to Irving. It's rebounded by Indiana. George, that's a two-pointer. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And Thompson throws it down.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
George double teamed. Mahinmi passes to Turner. And the rejection by Love. To the middle. Here's Irving. Can't get it to go. And Indiana will go the other way with it. To the middle. Hill, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. Allen's checked in for Turner. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Pacers trail by 6. Now here is Hill. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Shot's good.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
Irving against Hill. Thompson right side. Outside jumper. Outside Irving. 5 to shoot. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq. Robinson did it for Tim Duncan. And that's really what great players do.
The Cavaliers leading by 4. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Stupendous. I love that word. Save that one. The word and the jam. I want to see it again.
Just beautiful.
That's one of those alley-oops upside your head right there.
Outside, George. Allen with the screen for George. Ellis outside. Lets it go from deep. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. 6 points for Ellis.
And getting back to Kyrie, many felt the addition of LeBron would cut down on Kyrie's playmaking opportunities. But Kyrie was near his career average in assists last season. That even further indicates how seamlessly the two superstars were able to gel.
And stolen by LeBron. And here we go. Here's Irving and the rejection by Mahinmi. Hill against Smith. Outside, George fires from deep. Love grabs the board.
You know, talking about the effect LeBron had on Kyrie last year, they looked fantastic working together, but the stat sheet also bared that out. Kyrie hit over 40% of his threes for the first time in his career, and he posted the lowest turnover rate of his career, too.
1:51 left in the first half. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Well, LeBron James long considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, James Harden, all playing well last year. But for my money, there's no better player in the league than King James.
Well, Clark, you look at LeBron's career averages right now around 27, 7 and 7. Hard to argue at this time he's not the best player in the league.
Well, you know, he might not always win the MVP award in the league, and he proved he can carry a team in last season's NBA Finals. Clearly one of the all-time greats.
entirely new group in now for Indiana. Hill, he's checked in for Mahinmi. C.J. Miles comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Ellis. And it's Lawson in for George Hill. Then for the Cavaliers, Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
That's good.
Easy little jumper for him right there, guys.
Pacers trail by 6. Lawson up top, 5 points in the game.
Well, one thing about Ty Lawson is he's very good at attacking the defense. Gets inside without a problem and knows how to set up teammates.
Indiana shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. Turner's checked in for Indiana.
Taking 2 shots.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
And so here is Indiana following the score by Cleveland. Stuckey drives inside. Smith with the defensive effort. And for Lawson, he is great when he attacks. He does obviously create well for his team on drives. Interesting player, certainly, but playing with a team that's growing and pretty young around him.
Good point. And, you know, last season, Lawson averaged about 13 points for his team off of his own drives. I mean, that means 13 points a night would be a direct result of him attacking the rim. That's second in the league in a stat that only trailed James Harden.
I think that would surprise some people.
Yes.
Now, here is Lawson. He has 6. Turner with a screen on Smith. Stuckey kicks to Hill. It's hauled in by Fry.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass. You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Pick up by Hill. Lawson dishes to Miles. With 4 seconds on the clock, and the layup is up and in.
Just the shot they wanted. Point-blank range.
And here's James outside. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And so that brings the first half to a close. Cleveland ahead, leading by 9. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline.
Kevin, with LeBron and another dominant first half, how do you measure the balance between riding your hot hand and making sure the other guys around you are finding their rhythm?
We just got to be aggressive. All of us, including myself, got to continue to be aggressive in the second half.
LeBron, thank you. Kevin, they can't stand around and just watch him.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 7 assists. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
Well, in terms of running a smooth, efficient offense, they've been as good as it gets. The looks they've created have been high percentage. The ball is moving, guys are rotating. That's what got them those good looks, Ernie. And this is the reason they got that nice lead.
Kenny, what did you think about Indiana?
Well, obviously, they didn't show up on the glass at all. They were getting outworked, out-hustled, and outplayed. And their competition showed just the opposite. They wanted it more. You can't give up a ton of extra possessions in a game like this and expect to win.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of it.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment.
What a game for LeBron. He has 14 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision is on par with anybody. I mean, he could not pass the ball any better than he is right now.
On the court for Cleveland, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Tristan Thompson. And it's Irving at the 1 spot. Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He said almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed him.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minutes limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
4 on the clock. From deep, George. The long-distance 3 is good. George has got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Pacers. Hill against Irving. Stolen by George. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
He is almost money when it comes to finishing in close. Nice bucket there to increase the lead.
Pacers trail by 8.
And, you know, as you said, the Pacers did have problems with injuries. The team roster missed 219 games due to injury. So compare that to the 69 games missed by the Pacers in 2014. Big difference.
Cavaliers shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. Kicks it out to James. Stolen by George. Outside Hill. Again missing Hill.
And really, guys, the most telling part of the Pacers' injury troubles was this. Had to use 15 different starting lineups over the course of the season. Just hard to stay consistent and competitive when you are always replacing an injured player in the lineup.
On the wing, Ellis from downtown. Rebound, Love. Love's got 3 rebounds now in this one. The drive by LeBron. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, so his numbers declined. But that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. From deep, James, rebounded by Ellis. Pacers trail by 10, outside Hill. In the corner, George with it. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 4 assists in the game.
He has really made an impact.
That's where he's been doing all of his damage, and with a couple more from out there, we'll have a real ball game on our hands here.
And George kicks to Ellis. Dishes it to Hill. Clock at 4. They grab their own miss. Allen. Great D that time from Love.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
And it's sent back by George. Hill kicks to George. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and ship 2. That one on Love.
You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his back. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Mahinmi. Solomon Hill comes in for Allen. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Monte Ellis. And Ty Lawson subbed in for George Hill. Stuckey passes to Lawson. Hill dishes to Stuckey. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Stuckey's got his first points of the night. And with Paul George going with the number 13 now, as you can see, helps with his nickname, PG-13.
Yeah, that's a good nickname, a nice fit. Young Tracy, as he likes to go by on Twitter, he said himself that it was about embracing his stature and stardom in the league. Nice way to do it.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for the Pacers.
And Kevin, that's a really sweet stroke from Irving there.
Down low, here's Turner, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. There's 1:47 left in the third. Shumpert with the steal. And now the fast break, Irving with the ball. Here's Fry. He dishes it to Mozgov. Knocks down the 3-ball. Mozgov's got 7.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Shumpert against Stuckey. Dellavedova kicks to Mozgov. Nobody near Irving. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Pacers trail by 11. He lobs it up, and then C.J. Miles with the dunk.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geeked.
And that's what the alley-oops guys will do for your team. Well, go ahead and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league, but my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
Well, he doesn't count on elevation or hang time, that's for sure, but he can still get it in the basket.
Shumpert passes to Dellavedova. The kick out to Irving. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Not as good in the Cavaliers lead. Cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Miles. Here's Dellavedova. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Mozgov down low. Turner covering. Here's Irving. Misses the shot. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Cavaliers ahead. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. The Cavaliers leading by 11. Hill is out there with Ellis. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. Then it's Paul George. And it's Turner in at the power forward position. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Here's Hill. The second chance effort. The shot by Mahinmi, no good.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
That's his 3rd personal foul.
Hill dishes to Mahinmi. Indiana moving it around.
I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Cleveland's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Thompson misses.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Hill kicks to Ellis. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Now, here's Mahinmi. He's covered by Thompson. George, that's a two-pointer, and he hits the jumper for 2. Cleveland leading by 11, and Thompson kicks to Smith. Stolen by Ellis. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. The 3. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And Indiana making a change here. Allen's checked in.
The boy, Allen.
The Cavaliers on offense. Paul George with the steal. The lead now cut to single digits. George has got 12 points here in the second half. Kicks it out to Love. Off target from outside. The Pacers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Hill passes to George. Hill has the open look, and the Pacers tack on 2 more. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. LeBron drives in. Here's Thompson, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role. Didn't let the move bother him and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Well, for Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. Even earned some Clark's 6th Man of the Year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career-high 55% from the floor.
Clock at 6. And George, here we go. James with some nice D.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Nobody near George. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got assist number 5 here tonight. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Dellavedova kicks to James. The rebound by Paul George. George has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Down low, here's Mahimi. Trains it from 9 feet away.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot. I didn't think I'd be... Come on now, young fella. Watch out. You might bring that whole basket down on top of it.
I didn't think he was ever going to let go of the rim.
I tell you what, though, you might as well enjoy the moment. Make it last just a little longer.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action.
And they've had the edge in rebounding all night long, and none bigger than that one right there.
And, guys, you've seen it countless times. In a close game, hustle plays can really make the difference.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
George dishes to Hill. Up and in on the layup. Hill's got 4 points this quarter.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what the Cavaliers head coach was saying to his team. His advice clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
George passes to Ellis. Here's Mahimi. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
George with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
George having a fantastic game. 22 points, and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
Whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been a disruptive force out on the floor.
The drive by James. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
Just love the focus when he gets around the rim. How huge could those 2 points be?
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're losing by 4. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. We've got 1:28 left to play here in the fourth. Allen, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
And that one bounced their way. But, guys, the rebounding disparity has been stark. They're -10 in that category.
Well, if you ask me, Greg, it's really been the story of the game. I mean, the coaching staff cannot be pleased with the effort on the glass.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
And George kicks to Hill. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from George. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Smith outside. Thompson left side. Cleveland moving it around. Launches a 3. And it's Smith missing. And here's Indiana. Hill dishes to George. It's back to Hill. Puts it up from 12. Here's Allen. And the rejection by Smith. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Irving kicks to LeBron. It's in!
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist. No time to spare. They need a bucket.
Without question. Again, maybe a steal or a foul to get the clock stopped as well.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. LeBron with the block. And he commits the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul.
Cleveland with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Timeout called the Pacers. They're trailing by 5. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? And they're going to draw up something where they can get a quick shot and then maybe a foul.
That's got to be the game plan here. I mean, free throws are really their only hope. Points with the clock stopped.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up. Big time finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
That's good.
Oh, George!
Irving for 3 on the money.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight. What are your thoughts, Kenny, on his game tonight?
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
We all know, anytime you got LeBron James on the floor, he's going to bring that will to win. He has so many tools in his arsenal he can throw at you, not to mention his defense. Literally, any night he can take over a game. Tonight we saw King James exert his will on the game.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson.